Oh, so that then you will miss the tour. You will miss the tour. Tour is at 10 o'clock. That's the reason why 10 to 11, and then we will then go to Plano. So yeah, no, I mean you can come, but we'll just have to wait for you, and because the tour will be done by 11:59. So
These are done for John Fitzgerald Kennedy. They got big walls across this place. Big walls designed by them, like pillars, heavy pillars. Here it is, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. There's a black stone here. His name. What's that? This is Dallas, guys. We are here in Dallas now with my good friend, Mr. Venkata. He brought me here. Some old building here. Beautiful day. We are here right now. This is a monument built by John F. Kennedy. He was killed in this city. He was not killed around here.
then the street that
He
he
was
was
killed
taken.
somewhere around. He
So
was shot
somewhere
200 yards away.
Yeah.
Mm. And apparently the U.S. government, with Trump as the president, have released the report of him. I'm sure the report is not going to be true. Only 10, 20, 30, 40, 40% truth, sir.
40%.
Truth the report,
Yeah.
that's all. That's all, but not true. They're going to release it. They're not going to say release it, whatever is there. They just make people happy. Report is out.
Report
See it now. So 10, 20, 30, 40% of the report is only true.
Right.
So only 10, 20, 30, 40% of the report is true. So it doesn't matter. Man is gone. We also went to Arlington, where his grave is. He's there. His wife is there. There's a 1-year-old baby was there, but died, and also his brother is there. So the grave was there. We did elevate him. His soul is no more. He's reborn again. He was reborn again. He's reborn again in America. He's like a 2 years old now.
Oh wow.
So let's see what happens. Okay, 2 years old now. So let's see what happens. That's what we do. So people come here. They have a tour. I'm not sure we'll be able to follow the tour. What time is it? What time tour, sir?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Oh.
So in another 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Let's see. So when we go on the tour, you get a good idea of what's happening here. People are coming here. Let's see what they say about the tour. So you just have to wait a little bit longer. So while we're going down here, this is all a memorial thing stayed down here.
Okay, so before we get to that, let me explain. So what's this business? That is maybe probably another tour line.
The tour guy. We have a tour guy here. So the joy and excitement of John Fitzgerald Kennedy's life belong to all men. So did the pain and sorrow of his death. When he died in November 22, 1963, shocked and agony touched human conscience throughout the world. In Dallas, Texas, there was a special sorrow. A young president died in Dallas. The death bullet was fired 200 yards to his side. His memorial, designed by Philip Johnson, was created by the people of Dallas. money and effort. It is not a memorial to the stands out as a permanent tribute to the joy and excitement of one man's life, John Fitzgerald Kennedy's life. Very interesting. Okay? So they made this monument for his remembrance. Okay. Hopefully we go and sit on somewhere later on and we do after the tour. It's going to be a short tour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
1 hour. 1 hour tour.
Yes. It's a walking tour.
Around here or around the city?
Around here.
Around here. Okay, let's see. So 1 hour tour. I'm not sure what they're going to say about it. Let's see. So this is what they have built. They're going inside now before the tour comes. I'm waiting for everybody to happen. So this is the place where they built this big stone. It's a monument built around there. And only with one entrance. As you enter this thing, you see a black stone. There's two entrances on the other side. See a black stone here. You can enter from here. And the other side. So, the stones are on here. So you come here, we have this thing, big black stone, say John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Stone is here. It's a black stone. Hopefully we can sit down here after do the blessing.
Yes.
We'll see how.
Oh, yeah.
Let the tour finish first and we'll sit down.
11:15 is when it finishes.
So some of you will have to go to sleep, especially Malaysians. Sleep, watch it tomorrow morning. No time. Let's see what happens when the guides come. We'll see. Okay, so it's about almost about 11 o'clock in Malaysia. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm not going to say you need to follow. It's a thing when people, of course, bless many souls are coming. Many souls are coming.
Okay.
Many more and more souls are coming. Wow. Hey,
Millions?
I don't know how much you say. I don't know if you believe what I'm going to say. They're coming in thousands.
Wow, wow. That's crazy.
Oh, why? Why?
Because they were there to
It's all
protect
freedom
Kennedy.
fighters, all freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters. Yep.
It's all freedom fighters for this land.
Yeah.
Great Indians.
Oh, wow. Yeah, JFK was probably good to them.
Great Indians. Great Indians.
Wow.
1,500, 600, 800, 1,900 years old, some of them. So souls have come today, right now.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes you must understand some of these presidents are reincarnation
All
of
right.
the Indians.
Right.
This man was a reincarnation of the Indians.
Oh, this guy, JFK was a reincarnation of
reincarnation of
Kennedy.
India. They come to this world and then people don't like them. He said the dark side is there, the good side is there.
Oh, right.
Some of the presidents, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 presidents were reincarnation of great Indians.
Oh, wow.
In history,
Amazing, sir.
so they come, they do good things. They try to do good thing, bring peace and harmony, they have the land. It doesn't have to be, a red Indian can never be a president of this country.
Right.
But he can be born and reincarnate again and become a president. So
Oh,
that
wow.
11 presidents were reincarnated. He's one of them.
Wow.
A lot of red Indians are here now. His soul is no more here. His soul is no more because we have already soul. The last one in Arlington is no more here. He's fine. He's reborn again. He's 2 years old now in America.
Wow.
But the same soul is reincarnated again. The same soul reincarnated is a red Indian soul. The chief, 1,000, 1,100, 200 years old.
Oh, wow.
The chief. So this is my country. Let's all live together.
Right.
Peace and harmony. So the words in his memorial is very fantastic.
Right.
I read it down. I can't remember the words, but lots of words. The water was running. They very nicely words. Go back and check again in Arlington. Okay.
Sounds
That's it, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's go see what the guy's coming. Let's see.
Okay, there we
I'm well, sir. I'm well.
Hello,
So
sir.
pleasure's mine.
How are you?
Thank you. So nice to have you here. Namaste,
Good.
namaskar.
Namaste, namaskara. You see a lot of Indians.
I'm a huge fan of your country.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Right.
Ah.
Beautiful.
He's from Malaysia.
Are you really? What a
Yes.
long drive.
Long flight.
What a long drive. And also he's a well-renowned
So we are now with
spiritual healer through
Are you really? Bodhisattva? Get out of here.
what is that?
Yes, he's a Buddhist spiritual.
No.
Maybe we
So
talk
we are
later.
now we are
Yes, I
we
am
are
truly honored.
You're meeting with our
I'm going to
friend.
give you everything I can today.
Good.
However, I'm a little under the weather. We might take it slow, but it'll be great.
He's going to be our guide today of this place.
I am. How are you? Good to have you down here. Hey, who's this guy? Look at you. Freaking football line.
Just fine.
We're going to start a tour in a short while.
Actually, this is,
Let's see.
This is all so, got a couple of things. My allergies have been bad. I've got low energy. We're going to do this so casual because everything's so close that I will absolutely give you everything you want. Okay? So how about this? Some of us can handle the sun pretty good and some of us can't. I'd like to start under the trees over here and just relax for a moment.
Sure.
I'll give you an introduction and we'll get to all of the very special spots. Is that okay with
Sure,
everybody?
sure.
Thank you. Thank you. And let's just go be friends under the trees.
Yes.
And welcome to Dallas, Texas, everybody. My name is Matt. I work with these folks with the white vans. These are my coworkers. I'm with the company Fun Dallas, also known as Fun Texas in the book tour. So we'll call them Fun Dallas, Fun Texas. Everybody grab a seat if you can. I'll sit if I can. No fighting. Oh,
Just stand.
thank you.
Okay, sit down.
I apologize. I wish I was stronger.
No, don't worry. It's fine.
I'm just so glad to have y'all down here. I really am. We got a beautiful tour to offer you today. You know, I always wish that we had more time together. I'm the walking guide, which means I'm on call all day. So when you folks are given to me as guests, you're brand new. I didn't have this plan, so I have to make everything genuine the first time. And so welcome out. Let me give you an overview of what you can expect today, so you don't feel like this is noise. Pardon the noise. People of Dallas know this part of town is so loud they're going to drive their loudest cars and bikes down here. They do that for their own fun. So we're going to start at the memorial. We're going to cover a bit about its how they built it and why. And there's actually a very powerful story about it. We'll do a little local history here. We happen to be where about 3 or so locally famous squares or plazas meet. Dallas is a very large city with a lot of history. To our left, if you got good vision, you see that red brick archway. Yes, oh, very good eyes. That right there is the historic Weston Station. And in the 1980s, that was the place you went to go have dinner and be fashionable. Yes. In the middle here, this is Founders Plaza. Now, the reason they call it that is underneath your feet, everybody. We are where the Trinity River, one of 7 rivers in Texas, the longest in Texas, used to run right through. And they established the city of Dallas here in 1841. So they call this area Founders Plaza. And behind us, just on the other side of the stunning American castle, is Dealey Plaza, where the assassination happened.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, yes, we're very close.
Oh, that's
I'm going to make sure you get to see it. It's a little more over that way. Everything. Now I don't know if you use the metric system or not. I'm trying to get better at
Oh
it.
no, we use. I live in Dallas actually.
Oh,
He lives in Malaysia. So
okay. Tell state of Scott.
but here, yeah.
So, well, the murder happened 200 yards from here.
Oh, okay.
Everything's very close.
600 feet, 700 feet.
This must be your science and math.
Yes, sir. He's an engineer.
Are you really a science and math?
200 times 3 is a yard.
Oh my
Feet.
gosh, that's fun.
Times 3. 200 times 3. 1 yard is 3 feet. Then you got a furlong. Then you got a chain. It goes on.
You have a great sense of humor too. I want to bring you to Sonic.
So the British guys, the French guys said, no. The centimeters, meters, kilometers, that's it.
Yep. So c'est bon. There's that. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, thank you.
So everything's relatively close. Now there are other things I'd love to ask, and I don't want to make this about me, but so my friends here are from Asia, and you live in Dallas.
I live in
So glad
Frisco.
you're there. Yes, and I'm glad you're visiting. My friends, where are you guys from?
Right outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, get out of here. I'm a Bostonian.
Oh, okay.
I'll
My
try
daughter
not,
went to school at Emerson.
I'll try not to use my swear words too much.
Wicked.
That I can do. Good, good.
Yeah.
Well, then I feel like you're just my neighbors. Yeah, that's very cool. So what brought us here to see JFK today? I want to ask you folks because I want to deliver this the way you live. And perhaps we'll start with you folks.
I'm interested in the assassination of Jim Plaza. My birthday is actually a day after November 23rd.
Oh.
2 years later.
Oh, no guilt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just interested in what happened, and I am on the fence. I think
There's some
conspiracy.
there's some new stuff.
I don't think Oswald Axel. I don't.
You know what the good news is?
I never have.
It took them 80,000 documents all blacked out for them to come up with that. Yes, there was more than one. That's it. And they won't give us anything else.
There's no way.
And with your real world skills today, if you know that there was only one assassin, with your real world skills today, I'm going to show you there was more than one.
Yeah, it was more than well, we believe that. I mean, it came from
You're not a
from
dumb
different-
person.
Yeah.
It came from different.
Right.
You're not a dumb
That's-
person. You have such a nice haircut. I know you're not.
Thank you.
We're simpatico on that.
The guy was named Jackson.
Yeah.
Sir, I can get you a job. Are you ready?
Yes. I know exactly who did it, and we know more. But I think I don't
That's
want to say
amazing.
it on camera. But yeah, we know more.
What I can offer you this is that our investigators for 60 years have been telling people to not believe their own eyes. And those people are still alive.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
They may have been children, but they are
right,
still alive.
Right. That were
Yes, correct.
dividing the root.
Yeah. Well, everybody came out. It was lunchtime. The workers were just having to walk out the front door.
I'm sure everybody wants to see the president. Everyone
They-
wants to see the president.
everybody who didn't want to see John and Jackie.
Exactly.
I would take that chance. Yeah, so what I want to start with is this, and again, we're going to try to just make everything nice and easy for everybody. Well, my favorite part of the story is, and let me just get the facts out of the way, and then we'll talk about the story. November 22nd, 1963, a sunny Friday at lunchtime, 12:30. John and Jackie have been spending money hand over fist for influence for the re-election campaign. John got in 1960. He'd like to get back in 1964. And you know what one of John's plans was? When he had exhausted his time as president, he was going to make sure his brother became president, Bobby Kennedy. And he would have been a fine president too. But unfortunately, that didn't work. So the Kennedys, they had planned to use this street only, the one in front of us. That was going to be their route from the police station, approximately 1.5 miles. Now, this for my internationals, 2.2 kilometers. Trying to get good at that. About 1.5 miles up there. And they were just going to come right down this street. And then there's a plaza on the other side. And they were just going to drive straight through to get to Air Force One and fly to their next destination. This ended up changing about 2 weeks before the event. The Kennedys, with all that extra money they were spending, were desperate for another fundraiser. And so when they got it, before this was the digital age where we could email and text, it took 2 weeks to change it. However, the grasp of security measures was poor. They published the new route of the newspaper with every turn and at exactly at what time. And I believe that's what led to our president's passing. Yeah. Too much time. So with that being said, this memorial wasn't completed until 7 years later. And I'll tell you why. They left it up to Jackie, Mrs. Kennedy, and she was so hurt and a little scared and quite a bit angry that she never wanted to come to Texas ever again. And for the rest of her life, she only lived in New York City, Manhattan, or with her new husband, Mr. Onassis in Greece. And you get some Jackie glasses on here.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. I forgot mine. So she builds this, and it's kind of like a four-part story. She builds this from a place of pain, heartbreak, betrayal, all sorts of just powerful feelings. And ironically, it goes like this. The gentleman that made this for Jackie, his name was Mr. Philip Johnson. Now, during the time period of the early 60s, Philip Johnson was also a bit of a renegade, too. He was the first openly homosexual architect. And he was in Jackie's inner art circle. They were all intelligista together. Maybe you've heard this word, all in a very, very unique and interesting circle of friends. Well, she tells him, I'm not coming to Texas, but if you design this for me, I want to make a statement. I want it to be ugly.
I want it to be
Ugly.
ugly. Oh,
Isn't that something?
yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. It was over grief.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when I do my work, I do it from the human condition. Now, without much context, I am a Stanislavski and Adler technique trained actor. In order to tell a good story, I feel. And I might even cry when I try to tell you some stuff. And it doesn't mean I'm not manly, but in order to be good at what I do, I gotta put myself in people's positions, their shoes.
People cry because
They feel.
the attachment to JFK. I mean, we are all so attached. For some reason, there was a grave injustice done to this country, and the course of history actually changed from that point onwards. We all suffer from that.
He represented many of the best qualities of the United States.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I cried.
It's all right. We're all back. Watch out for that guy. If he cries, he's going to swing at you. Yeah, give me a Philly. I tease.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to see.
My Pomeranians do that. You can't stop. So Jackie builds this from a place of pain, and here's the four-parter, and I'll try to make this quick. So I'm going to lead up to something else later, but the Kennedys went through so much trouble in the first year and a half before this that this particular day was just terrible for them. So Jackie loses her husband, and then here's the hard part. There's a new man who's going to become president. His name is Lyndon Baines Johnson. Strangely, he was already powerful before he became president. American presidents, and the people campaigning to become president, and the president's family, they always get bodyguards. They're called the Secret Service. Lyndon Baines Johnson already came with his own. That worries me. And so John's brother Bobby, Jackie's brother-in-law, and Jackie, they had a sense that there was something a little frightening about LBJ. Yeah, that's a powerful man. He was our state Democratic senator. He had friends on boards of directors and corporations all over the state. So Jackie shows up at the swearing in of the new president after her nonsense that she had to go through. And forgive me, she's still covered in her husband's blood. And this man, LBJ, tells her, you're going to take a picture for the continuity of government, and she is covered in her husband's blood. And her knees are shaking. She's in shock. And she says, all right, I'll take this picture. She's so angry. She stands there defiantly, but in the inside, she's broken. And she regrets taking that picture for the rest of her life. So when it comes time to make this memorial, she wanted this memorial to reflect how uncomfortable they made her feel. I want this to be ugly. part 2. And I'm going to try to just get through it.
Weren't they laughing?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't. But if I was,
They were laughing.
Who was that?
LBJ.
Oh, I never heard about that.
it's awful. What kind of person are you?
Well, I heard that they had asked her if she wanted to change her outfit before that picture, and she said, no, I want them to see what they did to my husband.
And there were other troubles too, and I'll give you one. We all travel, don't we, a little bit? You're all travelers. So when you travel and you have a rental, your luggage goes in the trunk or the boot. She couldn't really even get them. It was a crime scene.
Oh, right.
And so, like, well, I'm not going to send my people to go get a new outfit. We're just going to get this over.
Yeah.
And of course she's going to be angry.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for asking questions like this. I have to pull this out and make sure you know. So, did you know that this assassination nearly killed our local head of state as well? Our Governor Connolly. Now, there's a lot of mystery about this too, but we don't even really need to go into the mystery anymore. There was more than one shooter. Let's leave that fringe stuff aside. So the bullet, there's a series of 3 bullets that we're just going to say, for the investigators will agree, there was a series of 3 bullets. They occurred in 6 seconds. They all say the same thing. It came from behind from one man. Well, let me tell you about how those bullets affected the people in the vehicle. A bullet 1 missed. The governor of Texas thought he heard John grunt, like John was about to complain, and then John's power of speech was stolen by bullet 2. Within a second of the miss. What happened is John got hit by the shrapnel from the miss first. And that actually also hit a poor young man just trying to walk under the bridge, feet away, and I'll show you. He didn't even expect that day. But John was about to go, ow, and he got about out before he got hit again. And then his throat is gone. And that bullet went into the governor who was in front of him, went right through the seat, and came out here at his 5th rib with all those important organs over here. And it went clear through him. And the hole was around this big. And he was so tough he lived. Lance of Texas, yeehaw. And our governor, so he had to live. Texas governor's like, my Texans aren't going to see weakness today. Well, here's the problem. In America in 1963, this was what we would call Americana. Okay, Dad's with the push mower out in the yard mowing the lawn. Mummy's in the kitchen making dinner or baked goods. The children are out in the yard playing with the cat and the dog. There's a white picket fence. And the Beatles, the most popular band in the world, hasn't even made it to the American radios yet. That's America. We watch I Love Lucy and Leave It to Beaver, you know. So when this happened, no one expected it, and we didn't have the tools. America was riding high on the World War II feeling still. So they gunned down these men in the car, and the worst thing happens. They cannot find an emergency surgeon. They drive 15 to 20 extra minutes going to 5 hospitals as fast as they can. And there's no surgeon. They get to the city hospital, the big one, Parkland, and they have a surgeon. Forgive me, John was dead. The damage was catastrophic. They saved the governor, because that's the guy that wanted to live, and he was not as wounded as John, but he was terribly wounded. The governor lives. Well, when they tell Jackie that John's gone, she even was storing a part of his head in her purse to give to the doctor so he could save John. She didn't know. She was trying. And so The staff comes and they tell Jackie he's gone. And her skin gets so pale and she stops talking and her team doesn't know what to do for her, her assistant staff. They're more like a Hollywood team. Fetch Jackie water, touch up her makeup. No, they're not trained for complex human trauma. So they sit Jackie down by herself, and this is one of my favorite stories. They sit her down alone, and they give her a crossword puzzle to do, and a glass of bourbon. And in 20 minutes, she's sitting there, and it finally hits her. Oh my God! My husband, our president, what are we gonna do? Oh my God! And Miss Jackie's considerably younger than her husband. She's around 32, 33. John's about 47, 48. And now she's responsible for drawing up the funeral arrangements of the free world. She does so. So when it came time for her to again design this, of course she wanted the ugliness, but the other thing she wanted was isolation. She remembers when her team had to do that for her, and so she wanted that in here. It is of course, a small celebration. She credits her team. Part 3. So this was the re-election campaign. Kennedy's got in 60. There's rumors that they used some shady connections to get in. I happen to be related to some of them.
Boston. Yeah, makes sense.
We moved their whiskey.
Ah,
So I'm very proud to be here, honestly. I want to give a good story. I respect and love where I came from. So there were a lot of scandals leading up to this from 1962 to 1963.
the election was still in place at that time.
Not into the 60s, but it had started in the last year of the 20s. And we also had our Great Depression was tied into those long years. So anybody that could make a fast buck was making it. Yeah. And they were usually very tough, scary folks. So on the Irish side. So the Kennedys were already multi-millionaire wealthy when the boys got into office. But they had to lean on, meaning they had to make negotiations with some of the partners from the generation or two before that might have been bad dudes. You know, whiskey runners. So the Kennedys get in. Well, Bobby Kennedy, John's brother, a wonderful man. Okay. We all have our qualities that don't make us perfect. But he was going after the mob. He was prosecuting where he could. So he's deporting all these mob leaders. Well, they get into office, and on this campaign, one of the first scandals is this. Happy birthday, Mr. President. And you wouldn't believe who introduced Marilyn to the Kennedys. Frank Sinatra. Yeah. He was writing campaign songs for John F. Kennedy. He also happened to be a socialite in his Hollywood power and New York power. So he introduces Marilyn to the Kennedys. Well, Marilyn is on her third marriage and is unlucky in love. So when she meets this tall, handsome, charismatic, well-spoken gentleman with red hair and dramatic eyes like John F. Kennedy, oh boy, she wanted some John. And she got him. Now, let's be fair. Everything that Marilyn was, Jackie was too. She was like a duchess. One of a kind, expensive Coco outfits, Coco Chanel. You know, the way she carried herself, she was a duchess. And then Marilyn with that platinum blonde hair, Hollywood. Well, now you get it. So John starts an affair. Well, guess what? Marilyn met his brother Bobby, who has all the same qualities of his brother, and she likes him. And guess what? That's her next affair. And again, to remind you, she's on her third husband. Well, you wouldn't believe it. Marilyn starts a third affair around the same time period. Now, do you remember I was mentioning about Bobby deporting the mob? Guess who the third boyfriend is? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But a big one. About a big one. Have we all heard of a guy named Al Capone? All right. I'm going to slow down before I tell you anything else. This is the man that came after Al Capone. His name is Sam Giancana. And he already, strangely, had worked with the Kennedys' dad moving whiskey a generation before. So that circle got small. So here's Marilyn, privy to the secrets of the president, the attorney general, and the head of the Chicago Mafia, and what happened to Marilyn. I can't say that is correct, sir, but I like where you're going. She died.
Yes.
And they said she had an overdose of phenobarbital. They never did find out how, and they looked. No pills anywhere, not in her body, not in her house. No needle marks on her body. It's like she woke up one day and there was phenobarbital in her blood. So I got a good joke for you. It sounds like Marilyn was caught between a mob and a hard place. There you go. Put them. Try the deal. Moving on. All right. So that scandal alone was enough to rock the Kennedys. Moving on. John, as the first red-haired Irish Catholic president of our nation, he had to confront the generational racism down here amongst our social elite. Our regular people in Texas, according to my wife, who comes from a generation of Texans, the working people never had trouble with each other. You know, the Mexicans, the blacks, the whites. No, we work together. It's our politicians. Yeah, share meals, share ideals. Nothing, no problem. Well, John complained, as he should have, one day. He went, it's backwards here. So many of these smaller office buildings around us, even up until the 1960s, there'd be a sign in the window if they were looking for workers. Now hiring. But you know what else would be under that sign? No Irish. No Irish? Correct.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
A small answer. The British Empire always envied Ireland's farmland and treated the Irish poorly because of it. And many of the settlers of the American South are of British ancestry.
Oh, British.
Yes.
That's why they.
It's an old holdover. It doesn't make sense, but it happened. And the other thing is that our public drinking fountains are separated by skin color, as are the schools here. So John, trying to do the right thing, we need to bring the country together. Moving forward is all together. So he addresses this problem, and when he did publicly, he lost 15 points of popularity overnight, just for calling out the obvious. One final thing. The Kennedys, after that Maryland scandal, they had a great plan. They wanted to come on this re-election campaign with an adorable baby that they were going to dress in designer outfits, just like Jackie. You're close.
Or his sister.
His name was Patrick.
Oh, that's right.
After 2 days, he passes. One whole year after Marilyn's passing, this poor young Patrick was born premature, and he didn't have the strength. So into context, Jackie, Mrs. Kennedy, lost her son and her husband within 3 months together. My heart breaks for this woman. But with all that going on, with all they survived, Jackie actually saves the marriage herself too, because she should have left John because he cheated with Marilyn. She stayed. And then after her husband's gone, well, she didn't have any time to even tell him goodbye. They're coming down the street. There's a sharp series of cracks. Jackie and John are looking out the other sides of their vehicle, waving and kissing at people, and crack, crack. And Jackie looks over, and John's doing this, and she doesn't know what's up, and she reaches to help him, and then his head blows up right here in front of her. And she never got a chance to tell him goodbye. And so that lack of closure, she's left hollow, ugly, isolating, and hollow. Now, the last bit, I hold this to the end because nobody wants to hear a conspiracy theory. You know about it. And, well, now you guys have got me so intense and split camera. I need a request. May I have a request of everybody?
Sure.
Please don't post the fact that
No.
I need a cigarette. Is everyone okay with that? Please don't post it.
Have a cigarette.
Again, as an actor, I have to feel in order to tell you this. So, yeah, if this goes on the internet, I'm smoking and my boss sees it, I have no job.
No.
Let's hope. We'll take it over.
What do we know about this alleged assassin, Mr. Oswald? Has anybody heard about him, read about him, know about his life?
He's a ex-Marine sharpshooter.
He qualified on the sharpshooter. A Marine, if you ask them, they'll say they're always a Marine, and you're absolutely right. Did you have family in the service?
My father.
Yeah, mine too. In fact, my father-in-law as well. That's a man you call sir.
Did he visit Cuba not long before?
Oh boy, if you'd like that, I'll tell you. So, let me give you a succinct, short series of events in Mr. Oswald's life. Born next door to Texas, Louisiana. His mother, Marguerite, had a reputation. She was known as the town crazy person. She had a diagnosis called schizophrenia. And that's a difficult disease. She was married, though. Her husband, I don't know a lot about him, but he passes away while Marguerite is pregnant with Mr. Oswald. Now, Marguerite had already taken on her husband's other son, not of a blood, but out of family. And he became a Marine, and he was the inspiration for Oswald. He was Oswald's father figure, 10 years older than Oswald. Taught him how to hunt as well. So the state intervenes upon Oswald's birth in a short time because Marguerite has the diagnosis of schizophrenia. So they have to take it. So the city of New Orleans, the state of Louisiana, they take Oswald for about 5 years. He ends up in their orphanage. And they return him when he's of school age. And they're hoping maybe Marguerite's better now. So Oswald, from around school age, around 5 at the earliest school possible, for the next 10 years, he's transferred 22 times. Never long enough to make a friend. Never long enough for them to work with his dyslexia. And the school system here was absolutely cruel. Prana, that's funny. I like that. Namaste. Namaskar. So the school system doesn't help Oswald. In fact, the teachers almost delight in making him feel dumb. They call him to the blackboard. They say, read this for the class. And when he can't, the teachers call him retarded in front of his classmates. What kind of confidence are you going to grow up with when you hear that? So Oswald, as Americans say, sucks it up for the next 10 years. At 15, he's finally feeling like a man. He takes his brother's advice. He goes, you know what? School is for the birds. I'm going to become a Marine. So he starts going to the library on his own after he quits school. And in that perfect atmosphere, with nobody pestering him, he quietly and solidly learns to read. And anything he doesn't understand, he brings to the librarian, and the librarian helps. I have never met a librarian I didn't like. I married one.
Nice.
She's a wonderful woman. So at 17, Oswald is completely overcome with the dyslexia. And taking his brother's advice, he goes to the Marine Corps early. His brother's very proud of him. Well, Oswald shows up, and all the Marine recruiters are looking at his school documents. And the school documents say this young man will probably never pass any accredited test. Oswald gets in there. And you all know the name Babe Ruth.
Yeah, baseball.
Oswald hits it out of the park. And it turns out he has a genius level IQ. And all it took was the reading to prove that. So what they do is this. They send him to spy school. Instead of giving him a rifle, they send him to spy school.
Yeah, CIA.
So others call it military intelligence. So he learns the radar in the 1950s. He also learns advanced Russian. And let me offer you this. For a guy 3 years ago who couldn't even read and write his own home language, in 3 years he's so good at Russian. Russians thinks he's Russian. Even the language and the accent. I mean, are you guys all impressed? I don't namaste, namaskar. You know, I got the head. I can do the head too. It's because I love to learn culture. So Oswald, with his genius, he learns the culture, he learns the language, he knows the local jokes within 3 years. He's now 18 and a half years old, and he speaks Russian as well as Russian. So at 20, Oswald leaves the Marine Corps. He goes to Mexico City, and here's the strangest thing. He wants to support the communists. Are you okay, dear?
Flies completed.
Son of a gun. All right, I'll try to make this faster. I'm going to check the time, too. Because as a storyteller, I tend to carry on. Long story short, we're going to do it this way. Oswald goes to Russia, goes to Cuba both. He goes to Russia last. He says, I'm going to give up my American citizenship. I want to be a Soviet. Now, for my international friends, how hard is it to get a passport?
Very hard.
Oswald was allowed into Russia in 7 whole days. That's insane. This is a military specialist. That arouses my suspicion. So he gets in there, he starts a family, has a whole new life, makes a child, has a cute wife, who's a pharmacist, by the way. She worked in medicine. Say again?
Russian.
Yes, her name was Marina. And she was his age, but she had good schooling. And so she was a pharmacist. So they have a family. They have even a 2-year-old daughter. Now, Oswald decides upon Marina's second pregnancy that it's probably better to raise the children in the USA. So he brings them all home, and that's where he meets the man who would be his killer. Anybody ever heard what happened to Oswald?
He was killed by another guy.
He never even made it out of the police station to talk to the judge.
Right.
He was killed. Which means this. Well, you can say anything you want about him now.
Right.
And at the end of it all, he had said, I was set up. And he used his own words, I'm a patsy. And when he's gone, for sure, Mr. Oswald, you might have been set up. You never even made it out of jail. For me, that's, again, very suspicious.
Set up people like that's the best way.
Do you like jokes? You got Epstein.
You got it. Good.
Good. Everyone gets the concept.
Yeah.
There's a guy by the name of Steve.
It's a good joke. Thank you.
And US government killed him.
So the last thing is this, is that in 1963, it isn't treason to murder a president.
Oh,
It isn't.
It isn't.
Really?
It should be,
It should be.
because 100 years before there was treason when they killed Abraham Lincoln.
yeah.
They didn't change that law until 2 years after this murder. That is the slowest working Congress I've ever heard of. Let's all laugh. And they vote themselves raisins. Moving on. Don't publish that. I might not have a job tomorrow. All right, so last final thing. Oswald met Jack Ruby accidentally when he came back to the States. He checked in with his family in New Orleans because, a good son won. Well, he meets Jack Ruby, who, and I'm going to tell you, Jack Ruby had been connected to the Chicago Mafia since he was 10 years old, and he was about 55 when he murdered Oswald. Mr. Ruby had actually saved one of Al Capone's key lieutenants from an ambush by just being a kid who was alert, and he told them. And so they were so grateful they invited him in. And, he didn't do it to get into the gang. He was just a kid that knew some folks. Oh, these guys I know are about to get shot, and I'm going to see how it happened. I'll warn them. So this was actually from the goodness of this kid's heart. But he ends up with a powerful criminal organization for the goodness. And his brother did too. They were both kids. So Jack, for the longest time, was given special jobs. He actually could recruit for the gang from Chicago here in Texas to Florida. So he's in New Orleans. They meet. Jack Ruby says, something interesting about you, Mr. Oswald. If you come to Dallas, Texas, I'll make sure you get work. Well, Oswald comes here, and the police and the FBI and the CIA already know about him. Remember, he went to countries that were hostile to the U.S. Well, they have a list of these people. Yep. So Oswald comes here, and the FBI starts following him and his very, very pregnant wife. And he gets so defensive for her that he actually goes to the FBI and he tells them how he feels. You leave me and my wife alone. Just because she's from Russia doesn't mean anything. I served my country. I'm a Marine. You need to leave us alone. And the FBI, they back off. And weeks later, he's still the man they implicate in this assassination. Yeah. Well, I want to add all this to something else and I'm going to end on that so we can finally get down to the points. I have a big delivery. The jurisdiction, if you guys know police, the jurisdiction for this investigation was Dallas. It's a state-level homicide. So they start investigating. Well, the FBI are so worried about their reputation because they might have let this man go that they started an investigation too. But they're not cooperating. They want to be the only golden child in this investigation. So they start snatching evidence from Dallas's investigation as Dallas is trying to get the evidence, and everything just goes poorly. Things are cloudy on how to look at all the evidence. Jackie hears about it. She's so very mad. The last thing she wanted this memorial to say, and please forgive us for my strong words, she wanted this memorial to say to the public, kiss my ass in Dallas, Texas. Now that's why the memorial is a big, giant, scary block.
Oh.
All right, now you guys know. So what we're going to do now, guys, is just to be able to give you all the good story, and since you've had questions and you've been so good, I'm just going to get you directly to the scene. Okay, are we ready? Yes, sir.
The report is out now.
Yes.
The present time. Yes.
80,000 pages of confusion.
That report is useless.
80,000 pages of confusion.
Seriously.
The only thing they've come up with is there was now more than one shooter, and that's it for 80,000.
And they point to the CIA, they point to the Mossad.
Who's going to read these pages now?
Representative Anna Paulina Luna out of Florida had eyes on the documents before they were released. And based upon the few people I know of her, those people have said she's very credible. And she's, I've seen these documents. There's another shooter. And that's all she gave us.
It came directly from the front. Maybe a secret service guy, maybe a CIA guy, whoever.
a basket of choices. Who didn't the Kennedys manage to anger in the halls of power? But us little people, we loved the Kennedys.
Was here?
No, I mean, we're about to get down there. Just
I mean,
because I need to
they
do this
say
quick.
Oswald was in the library, shooting it, but
Oh yeah, the pool.
So I thought of visiting the stand since 2 days. I'm thinking,
I have it in my car. I forgot it in my car. You know,
You January, but I have to check my clock. Classically trained actor, so every time I tell the story, sometimes I review things I know, and I just have a moment where I have to feel it.
we are now moving to the place where the shooter was stationed and killed the president. Across the road now.
that is the library.
The,
They
the,
say the shooter was, but we don't really believe it. The shooter was actually near the car or in the car.
Everybody meet Mr. Dealey. Yeah, Mr. Dealey, this is his square. Everything you see to the bridge is his, all the white structures and the fountains. And here's the cool thing, the closer you get to him, the more he looks like Walt Disney from Disney World. He's only missing the mouse.
And also the mustache.
By the way, everybody, I don't like to celebrate myself too much, but I want to celebrate somebody that won't know I celebrated him. That man straight ahead doing the tour, speaker on his shirt, is the finest historian amongst 8 million people in Dallas-Fort Worth. That man crossing right here. I'm going to call him the professor. Hey, professor.
morning, Matt.
How are you, buddy?
Good. You got yourself a good one here today.
That man's the finest historian in history. And I know a little bit about a historian. All right, guys, so we're going to go under the trees, and I'm going to tell you everything as fast as I can. Well, so we're here, everybody. If you have ever seen the assassination footage filmed by Mr. Abraham Zapruder, where the crowd in the background he would have accidentally filmed from right here. Mr. Zapruder is by those ladies down there. He's standing on the white block. He's actually on it. So we filmed everything from that position. So I got something very exciting to show you guys. If you enjoy crime shows,
Yeah.
you know, where they go to court, you know, and there's proof or no proof.
Yeah.
In one swift maneuver, I'm going to get Mr. Lee Harvey Oswald out of jail. It doesn't mean he wasn't guilty of something, but I'm going to be a lawyer. All right, so here's what we're going to do. And after we're done, I want you to walk down and see it all. I have to attend another party after us, okay? That is X1 and X2 in the series of 3 shots that occurred in 6 seconds.
Oh,
Look
right
for that
there.
spray paint.
Oh, that's great.
Shot 1 and shot 2.
Oh, interesting.
Those occurred within 1 second of each other in that 6 seconds.
No. 3 shooters.
Good. I love when
Secret
people make
Service,
friends.
CIA,
I love when
Mossad,
people make friends.
you name it, Mafia. everything.
Elvis, Bigfoot, the UFOs.
Oh,
The final shot. Down there to the right of those folks, you'll see a white axe. Van just passes the white axe.
Oh, yeah.
Black car passes the white axe. That's the last shot. Again, 6 seconds for them all. The first shot missed, by the way. However, the second shot came a second later. So it sounds like this. Bang, bang, bang. Well, here's how we get Mr. Lee Harvey Oswald out of jail. He's shooting from up in the window over there. You'll see a white box. It's on the right, nearly at the top. And for those of you that want to go to the museum, it's well worth your time. Start from the top and go down to the bottom in order. So bullet 1 and bullet 2, this is how I get Mr. Oswald out of jail. 1 second apart to stress again from facts. Do you know what weapon they claimed
Big
Mr. Lee
rifle.
Harvey Oswald did this with?
right.
It was a rifle.
And it takes more than a couple of seconds.
That's the issue. He has to do the whole action, set it back up, exhale so he's accurate. And the fastest their own experts, the investigators' experts, could do that was 2.1 seconds. Not guilty. And he still brought the gun into the building, though. They do have him on that, and they're not wrong. He concealed it. His fingerprints were never found on the rifle, and it was reloaded. But there's no question, he transported the gun into the building. The man who brought him to work that day, Mr. Buell Frazier, even remarked, "Mr. Oswald, where's your brown sack lunch like you normally bring to work?" He goes, "Oh, well, forget about all that. I'm going to redecorate my room later." And he's got this package this big, and he says, "Oh, they're curtain rods." It's his rifle. All right, last bit. The grassy knoll. Right? We've all heard. No. I know, right? I know. I thought it too the first time. And the grassy knoll is everything from the railing
Oh,
to the overpass,
okay.
that hill, and even the broken down wooden fence. Now I bring that up because see the last axe that I pointed out? That last one? Well, those folks at the lamppost were looking right at that axe, and when John got hit in the head, they were looking straight at him, and behind John they saw smoke and fire from the wooden fence, and they couldn't ignore it. It was in their direct line of vision just behind. And the whole crowd screamed. There was only about 200. But these are the 200 for the last 60 years. Our investigators have told us they didn't see what they saw. So the potential second shooter would have been behind that rickety wooden fence. And I implore all of you to go look behind it, because people graffiti it, and they say the funniest things possible.
Okay. Very good.
So my friends, I wanted to show you all the key locations. Now, this is the Marine they said he was, this highly trained Marine. I've got one final parting gift for our viewers. He wouldn't have shot here. There's too many things in his way.
Right.
When the vehicle was coming down this street and they made this turn from his high perch, there was an open shot for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And he absolutely knew when they were going to be there. They even, like I said, they put this in the newspaper. And it was lunchtime. He was clocked out.
Yes.
One bullet would have done it. One bullet from a trained child. And this is a Marine with spy school. He wouldn't have picked here. Yep. Yep. Guys, that's my JFK tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Hope you had a good time.
Thank you.
And for all my guests in Asia, namaste!
Thank you.
Wait, one more question.
Yes.
Was there someone other than this film that actually got a picture of this stuff, or was there somebody who was interviewed afterwards that said
there may be one person.
One gentleman.
I got something better for you. There may be one person. There was a lady up in the old Red Museum,
Oh.
and she actually caught the muzzle flash at the fence. And here's the thing: it was only allowed to be aired once.
Oh, okay. See? So it was aired once. So there is proof that
I thought I
there was a
remembered
shot that
that.
came to the yes,
Once.
once.
And I bet she got caught too until she didn't see what she saw.
They were, they were doing what they do best:
Right.
obscuring. Yep.
So,
Did y'all have a good time?
Oh yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
May I request, please leave a 5-star review for me. My name is Matt,
Yes, absolutely.
yes.
and you also could offer me tip money. I have an expensive and beautiful wife.
Did you ever go back to Boston?
I do. It feels small. I've lived in a big sky area for so long. Those streets. Sure, was that worth your time? My sincere pleasure. I'm a historian, I'm an entertainer, and I'm a guy that occasionally gets things wrong.
Sound like it.
You guys have a great time. Enjoy Dallas. The people here are wonderfully kind. Just meet them. You'll love them. And eat the food. We are a place where the farm goes to the table much faster than anywhere else in the USA. And my man from Texas knows. Hey, look, brother.
How long have you lived here?
33 years.
Oh,
Well, he
wow.
knows that. Yeah, the food is so good here.
Yes, audit. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. God
you.
bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Maybe we'll go and check those places.
Let's go and sit somewhere. We can go and have a look at it.
Or we can go and have a look. Yeah, we can go look at the shop.
Look at the water, guys. How beautiful they are. Sound of the water. Okay, just wait for a while, guys. We're just going to go and try to find out and elevate all the souls who are here right now. Okay, they just want to show us the place where the gun was done. They're saying that is the place where the 2 bullets were shot. Here, this point will be what's next. The bullets here. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to magnify it now. So the next point, the two other things here. Then the other last one was around here. It was moving, coming down. And the one that they have done. Here it is. Then the next one, the third bullet came. This point, where is Mark X? Where I shot the president. There's one here, there's one there.
I forgot this. It's in my car.
Okay, let's go and sit somewhere and do the blessing.
Let's go watch that.
Can we cross here? Are we allowed to cross here?
Yeah, it's
I know it's America, must be very careful because we cannot cross.
right.
Cross here. The spot X.
Shall I go and
They killed him. Okay.
shall I?
No. It's okay. It's okay. Philip Dallas. Yeah. What does he say?
This is the first time I'm here. I know there. I go there multiple times. This one that I always use the memory there. I do not know if it's not here and right.
They say the gun came from here, but no one knows.
No, but there is a muscle fire that
Oh.
came from that side. That's what
This side.
it was aired one time,
Oh.
only one time. And then, of course, the government one guy, but there are multiple.
Wow, the screeching noise of iron and the railway line. The noise comes from the iron, with the rail and the line. Okay, guys, we're going to start the blessings now. We're going to sit somewhere, sir. We're going to sit somewhere. The picture. What it says? Dallas dressmaker Abraham stood on top of the pedestal, probably called Splint, with his reception. Marilyn Smith standing behind and studying him. He was the only photographer known to have filmed the entire assassination, and this image proved crucial to understand what happened. The brother made copies of this film available for investigators within hours of the president's death. I'll give an example. Sir. Who's more famous and got killed, and the whole people adored him?
JFK.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma
Oh,
Gandhi.
yeah.
Atlas, sir, you. Mahatma Gandhi, sir. Huh? He was not a president.
Cold-blooded in front of him, right? in
Yes, sir. He was not a president. You know, you can talk so much about Jackie and this and that, on and on.
Yes.
What can we talk about? Had nothing. He had no clothes to wear. Just one dhoti walking around with one stick and one glasses to see himself. You know, that's what he had. And people actually point blank right in front of him. So, so yeah, Jackie was this, Jackie was that, Jackie was that. That's one man brought so much ahimsa. Nobody can believe such a thing.
Yeah.
That a man can live. See the woman take a picture right at the X. No, car got hit at you. You see, one bullet, two bullets, killing.
Yeah.
He's dead. No. Anyway, he's reborn again. He's 2 years old now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we went to Arlington and we elevated his soul.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, he'll be the president again in this country.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
president
karma, sir. That's karma.
Mhm.
Good karma he done. He was doing good things and people don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
And also he was talking about Marilyn Monroe. It was a plan to bring the president down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what a beautiful girl. Any man will get excited,
Right.
easily being fooled. Just like our Bill Clinton. Something like that. True. You don't know how men can behave, how they all commented and take it a long way. It's very sad.
But he's
it's
not
okay.
here. He's not here, sir. Just, JFK.
He's born in America.
Okay, born
I
in.
went to Arlington. I went to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
His grave, his wife's grave, and the child's grave,
Mm-hmm.
and also the Bobby Kennedy's grave.
Mm.
It was all there. So we went down there. He'll be finding. He's coming back again. He's born to some very rich family, a politician family.
Mm.
Don't go and find out where it is and things like that. It's not necessary.
Yes.
He'll come and run. And as I told you earlier, he's actually born like a red Indian.
Mm-hmm.
It was 1,200 years ago. He was a chief. He's taken two births.
Mm-hmm.
So he became again. So just sometimes you must understand, the red Indians owned this land. People came and killed them and massacred them and brutally killed, even though they were fighting for their own land. So it's like Americans fighting for their own land against some other country, like Ukraine or everybody fight for their own land. That happened. People were killed for fighting for their own land. So like that's how we live in they've been living in in all the cowboy movies was that when they fight, they are the bad people. The people who are traveling, they are the good people. You know what I mean? So everybody can take movie the way. East Coast can find other way. Okay? So a lot of Indians are reborn again. So right now, 100, 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800,000, 900, 1.1, 1.2 million red Indian souls right now here.
Oh.
1.1 million red Indian souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 tribes. I was there. not in an Indian body, but in a white body.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The soul is still a soul.
Right.
It's a mind. It's a mind that makes you a Christian, that mind that makes you a Hindu, mind that makes you a Buddhist. It's all your mind. But the soul is not what you are. So let's go sit down there and bless the Lord.
Sit on the grass or sit here.
You're allowed to sit here. No law against sitting.
No, sir, nothing
Be
like that.
careful, sir. When you go to countries like America, then Europe,
Yeah.
and
Europe,
Singapore,
yeah.
you can't stand it. You can't sit there. You cannot do this. You can't, oh my God. Something comes in, oh, you can't sit here. You have to sit.
Fortunately, not here, sir. Yeah.
Access is okay.
Yeah. It's very sad. Too much restriction. You can't do this, can't do this.
I'll lead a want, sir.
Okay, good. You guys sit this way. Look at this one.
Oh.
Huh? Only a red Indian soldier. There were two shooters. Two shooters. Two guys shoot.
Two shooters. Yeah.
That's the energy of this place. I mean, two shooters. This guy Oswald, he was involved.
He was involved.
Yes.
He shot.
First letter of all that's going on. Yes, he did shoot. One bullet.
And shot from there.
That was the death. Whoever that was. Right. Yes, he did shoot. He doesn't count. Yeah. All he does is all. All he does is I won't.
CIA.
I won't government. Some you don't want to talk about that. Yeah. It's gone. It's gone again. We come again. That way, old people want to come in power.
Rosario Squad. Rosario Squad.
You have Rosario's number? Call. She can. She can call. It's like what's expensive phone? Heavy phone.
Yes, it is. Full battery.
Very heavy, sir. Very heavy. Why I bought this phone? So I can do my real long distance and nice camera. Look at the sky.
It is nice, sir.
Look at show the sky.
Wow.
It's very nice. This camera is so nice. Nice.
Chile Rosario.
To say that the wind prevents us from understanding what sir is saying.
Oh.
Please check the wind. Thank you.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will figure out a spot with
Try
all
that,
that.
sir. Stand. Stand.
But the wind is coming this way. Maybe we should go inside.
Got to bring all the gadgets.
Yes, sir. Stand it.
Gadgets. Gadgets can do a lot of.
Oh, the noise cancellation.
No. When you put down here, you put down here, you talk.
Oh, the mic.
It's a little muffler that keep
Okay,
the noise.
Okay.
Is it better now? Call him.
Yeah.
Is it better? Next time I should bring this as part of my gadgets. I have everything. This, bring something. This. I forgot to bring. Handle.
Sometimes you're in a hurry and you.
Rosario, is it good?
Yes, loud and clear. Perfect now.
Great.
Thank you.
Right now.
Let's start now. Two people. Yes, one was involved, but his bullet didn't shoot. He didn't shoot. The third bullet that shoot. 1, 2, 3.
Three bullets. The third bullet got.
Third bullet was shot from this bullet. Another white guy. Very positive. There are 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1. Red Indian souls are here. All Indian souls. They were not involved in this because he was a reincarnation of a Red Indian soul. A chief, 1,100 years ago. So you must understand that this is all about how they reincarnate and come back and take over the government, they run the show, and they bring good things, change. Like Obama is one of them. This reincarnation. The other guys, no, Bush, they're not like Bush. They were like dark side. when Obama came, there was no war. Clinton came, there was no war. Other guys came, war, very different. And the other race of people, a very strong race, are very, very dark. And they rule 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 of the country they are ruling. The other race.
Yeah.
80 of the country they are ruling. What to do? That's what life is all about. So today I will elevate all of the native Indian souls so they'll come back again and rule the country the way they can. The way they can.
Yeah.
And also try to remove all the dark energy. Okay. So you can use the wand. You put the wand. You want to use the wand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, take it outside. So I asked everybody there in the class, have the one outside there. Please go down there, say, all the native Indian souls are souls of divine fire. All the native Indian souls are the purity gods. The divine blessing each and every one. You are saying the native Indian souls. We have no body now. So all the native Indian souls are souls of divine fire. All the, okay, you can say, all the American native Indian souls are souls of divine fire. All the American native souls, Indian souls are the purity gods. This is the Indian native soul. Also the South American, the Central America, everywhere, they're all Indian. So you must specifically say all American, native Indian souls of divine fire, all the native American Indian souls of the purity gods. Let's see silently now. Let me breathe now. Let's bless them now. Purity gods. You come 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 21 tribes. Come on, 21 tribes. That's how. So the same thing happened in Alcatraz. 21 tribes. For the blessing for each and every one of them. Basically, and God will let all the souls to understand you're not starved, you're not mind, all the lands, owners of this place, a beautiful country with kept it clean. People come and live, it's okay. It's not different, but we can all live in harmony and peace. And divine blessing with each and every one of you. And God elevate each and every one will come back to be reborn in this country, take up very high position in the country, and bring peace and harmony so everybody can live together. That's God's blessing with each and every one. All the souls of God, thank you very much. Thank you for the training sound.
Oh, wow.
It's all done now. We've all left now. We'll come back again at that time. So I ask all of you who are watching here, it's a very crucial time for everybody of the world because the American president is a very powerful position. So I ask each and everyone to do divine fire for the president of America. You must say the American president is because of divine fire, American president is the purity God himself. The American, the United States of America is a country of divine fire. The United States of America is the purity God. Every person living in America, the United States of America are beings of divine fire. Every person living in America, America, the purity God. Please do this 1, 2, 3, 4 times a day.
Okay.
The decision made in this country can affect all worldwide.
Yes.
This is very, very important.
Yes.
Okay? Everybody has so much of fear. The fear of what's happening is so strong. The fear is so strong. Okay? Then we remove all the fear of all the people here, especially 10, 20% of people here. There's so much living, so much of fear. And many are immigrants.
Yes.
What's going to happen? Who's going to go? What's going to happen? What will happen? We are not too sure. 10, 20% of all the immigrants, mostly are immigrants. You can say that 10, 20% of all the immigrants here have so much of fear. What's going to happen? What rules going to change? Will we be here? Will we do this or not? This country can harbor lots of people. We can harbor, but we can all be peaceful. Okay? That's remove all the fear of the people in this country. Okay, very good. All gone now. So, guys, thank you very much for all joining us today. You did a wonderful job. Again, I'm telling you, I've been to Arlington. I've been to the grave of the John F. Kennedy, his wife, and his brother Bobby, and his small child. They've been to these places. We have elevated soul that time. Today, the President Kennedy is born one. He's now 2 years old, reborn again in America. In about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, he will be a very important figure for this country and bring peace and harmony to every living. Because he's a reincarnation.
How about John F. Kennedy Jr., the son of JFK? He was also killed. Is he also elevated?
Yes, they're all elevated. All elevated. Everyone elevated. But he's not reborn. He's not born yet.
He's not born.
He's not born yet. He's waiting to be born. Bobby is reborn again. Born again. In a different places. So they all come back. They're all reincarnated.
Mm.
Come
Because
back.
they did good.
No, the intention was good.
Intention was
They did as much as they can, but it was cut short. It was cut short.
Mm.
Didn't let them go. Some people got other agenda in their life.
Mm.
So cut short. That was cut short. Anyway, that's our divine plan. Let us do what we can. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for coming here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Play this video as much as you can, and that's what we do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Two people from Dallas who are helping the work to here today. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.